book, How to Day Trade, The Plain Truth. Author Ross Cameron. Part 1, Straight to the Truth. Have you ever heard someone say, trading is the fastest way to get rich? And then just 5 minutes later, someone else tells you, trading is the fastest way to go broke. The funny thing is, both of those people probably have never actually traded a single day in their life. That's exactly why I want to introduce you to this book. How to Day Trade, The Plain Truth is not a get-rich-quick guide. It's not some hyped-up TED Talk by a guy who just made one lucky trade and now calls himself a guru. This book is a brutally honest, no BS conversation from someone who's been in the trenches, made the mistakes, and yes, sometimes completely crashed. His name is Ross Cameron. Ross didn't start with millions. He started with just $583, a basic laptop, a tiny account, and one very human question. Can I actually make a living doing this? There's no fairy tale here, no Hollywood ending. But here's what matters. He did it. Not once, but tens of thousands of times. Over $10 million in verified, audited trading profits. This book doesn't hold anything back. Ross lays it all out on the table. He says, I've lost, I've been scared, I've come close to quitting. And that's exactly why this book is worth reading. If you're thinking about stepping into the world of trading, or you're just curious about what it really takes beyond the filtered TikToks and internet hype, this is where you should begin. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to know how to code. You don't need to have a Wall Street background. You just need one thing: a desire to know the truth. And that truth, while it might not always feel comfortable, can save you years of wasted time and thousands of dollars in avoidable losses. Part 2. This author isn't just talking grow. In a world full of trading books and self-proclaimed experts, here's the first question you should ask. Has this person actually traded? Ross Cameron doesn't have to brag. He just shows you the proof. Over 20,000 trades, wins and losses, all recorded, analyzed, and even live-streamed daily to over 1 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. Unlike those who only show off their one big win, Ross all shows you the tough days. The red days. The days he pulled his money out of the market because the pressure was just too much. Because that's what real trading looks like. What makes this book special isn't just that he made $10 million. It's how he made it. He didn't work on Wall Street. He didn't have a big team behind him. He didn't sell courses before proving he was the real deal. He started just like most of us, with a few $100, a scratched-up laptop, and a long list of rookie mistakes. The difference is, he didn't just move on. He wrote every mistake down and turned them into lessons. He blew up accounts, he revenge traded and lost even more. He even considered quitting, maybe going back to being an architect. But instead of blaming the market, Ross asked himself, what was I doing right when I was winning? And what was I ignoring when I was losing? That's when he started building what he now calls his guardrails, rules that protect him from himself. So if you're looking for someone to talk to you like a big brother, no fluff, no preaching, just honest, hard-earned wisdom, Ross is your guy. He didn't write this book to show off how smart he is. He wrote it so you don't have to spend 5 years and blow 5 accounts to learn what he already did. Part 3. The truth about day trading. It's not for everyone. Trading sounds glamorous, doesn't it? Just a laptop, a cup of coffee, and boom, you're making a few $100 a day from anywhere. A couple of quick clicks, a little inspiration from TikTok, and suddenly, you're a trader? Ross Cameron says, absolutely not. In How to Day Trade, The Plain Truth, he dedicates an entire chapter to breaking down the biggest myths in trading. The same ones you hear from social media, from friends, or from that guy at the coffee shop who swears he almost made it big. Let's talk about them. Myth number 1. If trading is so profitable, why haven't hedge funds taken it over? Ross explains, big funds have different rules, different strategies, different limitations. They can't dive in and out of micro-cap stocks the way a $5,000 trader can, and they're not interested in chasing a stock that spikes 50% in 10 minutes, only to crash right after. Truth is, retail traders have a real edge, if they know how to use it. Myth number 2. If trading really works, why isn't everyone doing it? Because most people don't have the discipline to survive it. Ross makes it clear, yes, you can make a living from trading, but only if you can sit through the worst days without giving up. and most people just can't. Myth number 3. Trading is just gambling. Ross says it definitely can be if you treat it like a slot machine, but if you have a plan, clear rules, and you manage your risk, it becomes a serious profession. Just like surgery or engineering, one small mistake can cost thousands. Myth number 4. If I've got fast hands, I'll be a great trader. Ross hears this all the time. People say, I'm great at first-person shooters. I've got lightning-fast reflexes. Trading should be easy. He laughs and says, fast fingers won't help when your account is down $500 in 30 seconds and your emotions are spinning out of control. It's not about how fast you click, it's about how calm you can stay. Myth number 5. If you share your strategy, won't people copy it and ruin it? Ross shares everything, his stock picks, resetups, risk management plans, because he knows 90% of trading success isn't about the tactic. It's about repetition, discipline, execution. Everyone knows push-ups build strength, but how many actually do them every day? Bottom line, if you're looking for a friendly but firm reality check, this is it. Ross doesn't scare you, he tells the truth. Trading isn't for everyone, but if you read this book and you still feel that fire inside you to keep going, then congratulations, you've just passed your first real test. Part 4. 20 guardrails to keep you from going off a cliff. Ross Cameron doesn't promise you'll get rich overnight. Instead, he gives you something even more valuable: protection. He calls them the 20 guardrails. These are rules, forged from thousands of trades. Some were wildly profitable, some were painful and expensive. They're the guardrails that keep you on the road. Without them, you're going off a cliff. With them, you might still take wrong turns, but at least you stay on the road long enough to learn. Here are 7 of the most important guardrails every trader, new or experienced, needs to stick to like gospel. Number 1. Don't trade when your emotions are unstable. Ross admits he's taken trades out of anger, frustration, or desperation to get even, and it always leads to bigger losses. Trading is not the place to vent your emotions, it's the place to control them. Number 2. Always set a stop loss and respect it. Everyone says they use stops. Very few actually follow through. Ross says it clearly, he'd rather lose $50 by design than $500 by hesitation. Number 3. Don't force trades just because you're bored. If there's no clean setup, there's no trade. Ross warns, trading out of boredom is the fastest way to blow up your account. Number 4. Only trade stocks with volume and volatility. Ross avoids stocks that just sit there. He looks for movement, for action, for stocks with volume and momentum, because that's where the real money flows. Number 5. A small account is not a disadvantage. When Ross started with $583, he actually had an edge over big institutions. Speed, agility. He could enter and exit positions faster. He could rotate capital quickly. A small, nimble trader can absolutely win, if they're smart. Number 6. Never revenge trade. Ross calls it emotional warfare with the market. You lose a trade, your ego wants payback. But now it's not about skill, it's about pride. And pride will drain your account faster than any losing trade. Number 7. Trading isn't about making money. It's about managing risk. Ross teaches his students, if you can learn to lose small consistently, the profits will come naturally. It sounds strange, but it's the foundation of real sustainable trading. These are just 7. There are 13 more guardrails, all detailed in the book, each one backed by real stories, real trades, and real lessons. Ross doesn't write like a professor. He writes like a friend who's been burned and doesn't want to see you get burned too. This book won't make you rich overnight, but if you read it carefully and post those 20 guardrails right next to your screen, you'll lose a whole lot less dumb money. Part 5. The raw truth, failures, and the dark side. There's one thing I deeply respect about Ross Cameron. He doesn't sugarcoat this profession. He doesn't hide his losses. He's not afraid to talk about failure. And most importantly, he never tries to act like some invincible trading god. Trading isn't always fun. Ross shares stories of brutal weeks, back-to-back red days, losing so much that he literally asked himself, am I just stupid? He talks about times when he sat staring at the chart, hand on the mouse, and couldn't even click the button, not because he didn't know what to do, but because he was scared. Then there's ego, the most dangerous enemy in trading. Ross admits he's held on to losing trades just to prove he was right. He's taken revenge trades after a loss, trying to win back what he just lost. And every one of those choices, he paid for them in real money. So how did he break the cycle? He didn't blame the market. He sat down and reviewed every trade. Why did I win that day? Why did I lose? What was I feeling when I clicked that button? Did I break any of my own rules? And from that process, his guardrails were born. Rules designed to protect him from his worst enemy, himself. There was even a moment he almost quit. At one point, Ross's account was nearly zero. His friends told him to walk away. His mom was worried, and honestly, he almost agreed. But then he asked himself, what was I doing differently when I was winning? That moment changed everything. He decided to start over. This time with discipline, with structure, and with zero compromise. Now here's Ross's message for you. He says it clearly. No filter. If you can't accept losing, don't even try trading, because trading is not about making money. It's about managing loss. It sounds backward, but it's the truth. You won't hear this on TikTok, but this is exactly why 90% of traders quit within just a few months. And Ross? He's still here, over a decade later. So if you're watching this right now, feeling discouraged, wondering if you're cut out for trading, Ross has been exactly where you are. And that's why this book might be the trading companion you need the most right now. Part 6. Who should read this book? You don't need to be a financial expert to read How to Day Trade: The Plain Truth. You just need to fall into one of 3 categories. First, maybe you're new, curious, but you don't want to get burned. You've seen a few flashy profit videos online, and you're thinking, maybe I could make a little extra on the side. If that's you, this book is like a mirror. It shows you the real picture, not the fantasy. You'll learn what trading actually is, who it's really for, and why 90% of beginners fail in the first few months. Second, maybe you've traded before, and it hurt. You've opened an account, placed a few trades, maybe even blown up your account once or twice. If that's you, this book is your second chance. But this time, with a roadmap. Ross has been exactly where you are, and instead of quitting, he wrote down the 20 guardrails that now keep him on track. You don't need another 5 years and $5,000 in tuition to figure it out. You just need this book and the willingness to follow it. Third, maybe you're still undecided. Is trading for me? Trading isn't for everyone, but it's also not just for geniuses or math nerds. So think of this book as your first screening test. If you finish it and still feel fired up, you're probably on the right path. But if you finish it and think, yeah, this isn't for me, then congrats. You just saved yourself years of stress and thousands of dollars. So to wrap it up, if you're new, this book brings you back to reality. If you've been burned, it helps you rebuild. If you're unsure, it gives you clarity. This book doesn't care how much experience you have. It speaks to one thing, your mindset, and whether you take trading seriously enough to do it right. Part 7. Strengths and Limitations. A balanced take. No book is perfect. Even when it's written by someone who's made over $10 million from trading, the question still stands, will this book actually help you? To answer that, we need to look at both sides, what it does well and where it might fall short. Let's start with what makes this book worth reading. First, unfiltered honesty. Ross hides nothing, from his biggest wins to his worst losses, and that kind of honesty earns your trust, not because he's a success story, but because he's failed and he's still here. Second, simple, everyday language. There's no fancy jargon, no complex indicators, no PhD-level charts. Ross writes like he's talking to a friend over coffee. It's clear, it's real, and it's easy to follow. Third, it's actionable, not just motivational. This isn't one of those books that says, be disciplined, and leaves it at that. It shows you how. From how to choose stocks, to where to set stop losses, to how to manage your emotions. Everything comes with real-life context, not theory. And finally, it's for both beginners and those who've already been knocked down. Whether you're brand new or coming back from a rough patch, this book has something for you. It meets you where you are, and it doesn't hold back. Now, what shouldn't you expect? First, there's no step-by-step technical strategy. If you're looking for a secret method, a magic indicator, or a plug-and-play system, you'll be disappointed. Ross didn't write this to sell a formula. He wrote it to teach you how to think like a trader. Second, it's heavy on mindset and light on charts. This book builds your foundation. It gets your head right before you go chasing technicals. You'll still need to learn advanced strategies elsewhere, but without this foundation, the rest could fall apart. And third, this book is not for dreamers chasing fast money. Ross writes for real people, not fantasy chasers. If you think you'll make $1,000 a day after reading a few chapters, this book is going to hit you like a cold splash of reality. So here's the final word. This book isn't perfect, but it's absolutely essential. It won't make you a pro overnight, but it will save you from wasting a year and possibly a small fortune chasing illusions. And in the world of trading, that's already an excellent start. Part 8, Final Thoughts. A message worth hearing. Trading isn't for everyone. It's not a shortcut. It's not a lottery ticket. It's a real profession, one that requires discipline, patience, and daily self-mastery. How to day trade: the plain truth doesn't make promises. It simply holds up a mirror and says, this is what trading really costs if you walk in unprepared. But if you're serious, willing to learn, willing to accept losing days as part of the job, then this book is a worthy place to start. Not because it teaches you how to win every trade, but because it helps you understand why most people lose, why most people quit, and most importantly, how you can avoid becoming one of them. Now here's the question I'll leave you with. After reading this book, will you step into the market with your eyes wide open and a real plan in hand? That's up to you. But if your answer is yes, then you've already saved yourself months of struggle and thousands of dollars in market tuition. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone who's thinking about trading. And let me know in the comments, where are you on your trading journey? Are you just getting started, tried and failed, or coming back with a fresh mindset? I read every single comment, and I respond personally, because chances are we're walking this path together. And don't forget, if you want to grab your own copy of How to Day Trade: The Plain Truth, the original English edition, click the Amazon link in the video description. Buying through that link won't cost you anything extra, but it does support this channel, so I can keep bringing you real, no-fluff book reviews like this one. Thank you in advance, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue exploring the most practical, mindset-driven books on trading, investing, and financial growth. Stay sharp and keep learning.